Despite all the hard decisions the Warriors will have to make regarding contracts with Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, people are forgetting just how formidable this Warriors team still is. Let's keep in mind, they still have one of the greatest players to ever play the game in Steph Curry, and he's under contract till the 2026 season. And they will still have their 2022 championship core under contract this season, and will have Draymond and Klay under contract till 2024. The Warriors still show that they are the team to beat with their unique mix of veteran and young talent. So let's get into why, despite all the looming financial problems, the NBA is absolutely terrified of the Golden State Warriors heading into 2023. The NBA has come out of a recent era of super teams that basically no longer exist. The Brooklyn Nets were the last team to try the super team model, having 3 future Hall of Famers on one team. Because of this failed experiment, the super team era in the NBA officially ended. The last super team that made it work was the Warriors, who ironically enough had Kevin Durant, which basically guaranteed the Warriors a finals appearance every year and 2 championships, no matter who they played against. Now that this super team era has come to an end, the NBA has better competition than it ever had before, where there are dynamic duos on roughly 2/3 of NBA rosters. Yet, it doesn't even matter. The entire NBA is still trying to catch up to the Warriors, who ironically enough have kind of brought the super team back, which I'll explain soon. And now, they'll have to pay the price. And that price, the Warriors would have to pay over $500 million to keep everyone together. I'll save that for a different video. However, going back to how the Warriors have brought the super team era back, it's pretty simple. Despite not having superstar level players that are on Steph Curry and KD's level, which the Warriors had in 2019, the Dubs have 5 all-star level players on their roster, all in or approaching their primes. And they have 3 lottery picks, including 1 top 3 pick to complement their 5 all-star caliber players. The Warriors did this so subtly too, and it seems to be something that no one is talking about. Somehow we're all passing over the fact that the Warriors have 4 current all-stars all in their primes, which is 2 more than any other current NBA team. Every other team in the NBA only has 2 all-stars, yet the Warriors have 4: Curry, Klay, Draymond, and Wiggins. And I said 5 all-stars earlier because it looks like Jordan Poole will be one before we know it. Compared to the rest of the NBA, the Warriors still have a major talent surplus. So let's discuss which teams might give the Warriors a tough time in the postseason, and why it still may not even matter. There's really 2 or 3 teams that I think can match up with the Warriors talent-wise, and even then, we've seen the Warriors beat these teams time and time again. The main 2 that jump out at me the most are the Clippers and Celtics. I touched on the Clippers in a previous video, but they are easily the deepest, most talented roster on paper that I have seen in a long time. If you look at their bench, they easily have the most talented bench in the NBA, with shooting, scoring, and defense, and all those guys would easily be starters on most NBA teams. Then they obviously have their talented starting lineup with Kawhi and Paul George, while having glue guys like Marcus Morris and Ivica Zubac, and an insane point guard competition between former All-Star John Wall and Reggie Jackson. The question with them is health, and I can't see them getting past the Warriors with all their big question marks with staying healthy. If Kawhi and Wall look like their all-star selves, the Clippers will be the favorites to win it all. If not, the Warriors will by far have the edge. The Warriors have beaten the Clippers consistently in the regular season for the past 7 years, and I don't see that slowing down, since they have Wiggins and Draymond to lock up the plethora of two-way wings on the Clippers. With the Celtics, it's pretty obvious why they're the Warriors' toughest matchup. They have all the defensive powerhouses and scoring wings to torch the Dubs on both ends, which has led them to consistently beating the Warriors in the regular season and going up against the Dubs 2-1 in the finals. Despite this, the Warriors still got the best of the Celtics in the NBA Finals, but the Celtics are much deeper now with additions of former All-Star caliber players in Malcolm Brogdon and Danilo Gallinari. Depth was probably the main reason the Celtics lost, and those 2 players will no doubt help, but I'm not sure if they move the needle enough against the Warriors. Plus, the C's will have to get past the Heat, Bucks, and Sixers, all of which should be healthier this season and won't be easy matchups in the playoffs. All this to say, the Clippers and the Celtics will give the Warriors the toughest test if they're healthy. But then again, the Warriors still have 4 current all-star players and a revamped bench that brings a lot of youth and energy to complement the vets. It's a recipe that worked, and the rest of the NBA will still have to prove they have enough to take down the champs. Experience and chemistry are two huge reasons the Warriors won the championship this year, and if we're being honest, they're things most title contenders don't have enough of yet. With the Clippers, they've never been able to have their group fully healthy. With the Celtics, despite all their deep playoff runs, their two superstars in Tatum and Brown are still relatively young and are learning how to handle all the added attention in the playoffs. I'll give the Celtics credit in the chemistry area though, because that definitely improved and was a big reason they made the finals, but as we saw, it just wasn't enough. And one other thing with title teams is health. It's an honest fact that the team who wins it all is probably the team that stayed healthy the most or got healthy at the right time, and the Warriors got healthy at the right time. We could all admit that the Nets would have probably won in 2021 if healthy. We could say the same for the Warriors in 2019 or even the Lakers in 2021, but we can't ignore how big of a factor health is. Most contending teams haven't proved they consistently stay healthy enough to develop chemistry and get the experience they need together to win a championship and dethrone the Warriors. Thank you for watching this breakdown. Let me know what you think about the Warriors' chances at a repeat and who you think could beat them in a playoff series if healthy. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.